Nacht Der Untoten, translating to Night of the Dead, is a map that really should not have lasted as long as it has. It is an outdated map by today's standards and has nothing to offer, and only ever introduced one thing, that being the mystery box. But, while this is true, it is also true to remember it was the first Call of Duty Zombies map ever released. In November 2008, whenever Call of Duty World at War came out, it was the first of its kind to introduce a secret hidden mode. That mode being locked behind a campaign that you had to beat, and it was called Nazi Zombies. Nacht Der Untoten was the first and only map of the time and was built by a small community of people at Treyarch who had some extra time and thought it would be fun to work on it. The mode featured Bible doors, Bible guns off the wall, a mystery box, and one wonder weapon called the ray gun. The map only featured about 9 rough buys, this including a cabinet purchasable, and through this all, players loved it. It skyrocketed and exploded. Though there was no features such as perks, pack-a-punch machines, Easter eggs, or traps yet, the map was still loved. 17 years after its release, people still play it, whether it be in the World at War version, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, 3. Though Black Ops 2 does not feature a traditional Nacht Der Untoten, it does still feature it inside the map transit, while the other games feature a definitive transit up until Call of Duty Black Ops 4, where it was not featured, but was brought back in Call of Duty Cold War as a reimagined version. The map has remained a product of its time and has stayed there forever, while being introduced with things such as Mule Kick on Black Ops 1 or the Wonder Machine, the Wonder Fizz on Black Ops 3. The map has still been bare bones. It has always been how long can you survive the bare minimum given to you. Though it is hard on World at War, it is easy in ways such as the zombies do not work as the way they do today. They are more rugged, more easy to motion around, while today they are quicker and faster. What's more impressive about Noct is it wasn't supposed to become a foundation for one of Call of Duty's biggest modes. It was originally just a setback and something for Treyarch employees to work on in the background when bored. It was a reward for people who completed the campaign, and there wasn't a massive plan for a decade-long story. But through its time, it eventually became integrated into the zombies, into Black Ops, allowing players to want story and allowing players to find out that it wasn't just a random German bunker in the middle of nowhere, but it was rather very important, and that the Marines fighting there were very important. Well, not really, but they were important to the map. While the map came out before the characters of Ultimus were released, it did feature nameless Marines who would eventually come back, not as themselves, but just similarly as nameless Marines in Verrucht, but they would come back with one character, Dempsey, who was featured in the rest of the Ultimus crew. Nacht Der Untoten didn't only prove that it could be itself and that zombies could be a great one for Call of Duty, it proved that simple ideas could have the biggest impact. Nacht Der Untoten obviously misses many features that players have come to expect from zombies, and at the time, people didn't know what to expect, which made people ask, what made Nacht so special? Zombies was never a major selling point for Call of Duty. It has always been multiplayer, campaign, and recently, for the weapons, some people may think. The World at War campaign offered a great experience about true war, and it was gritty and dark and told a great story. And after that, you were thrown into the Call of Duty Zombies, and it was simple: survive. With the survival, it came to learn techniques such as training, or what doors to buy and which not. Some people took the help door and the debris to go up and train next to the frag grenades, while some people took the couch and the debris to go train in the room with the box, with the help door closed. With the game becoming a known secret, it was spread, through players and friends. Videos started appearing online, and people were challenging each other who could make it the farthest in the map. It was also a challenge to see what could be done. Players started trying to get the ray gun every time in the box, or trying to find the best weapon, or trying to find how to get out the map. With this, also made people realize how good zombies could be for the community, which allowed it to gain a small community itself. The community could agree on one thing of why Nacht Der Untoten was so great. Its atmosphere was unlike any other game. It was dark, it was horrifying, and offered fear. As simple as the intro cutscene, being hit in the face by a zombie running in a field, offered a dark tone to the game, with the blood red Nazi zombie writing. While looking at the map, you can notice things. The sky is dark, it's in the middle of the night. The map has corners that are just completely dark, and you have no one with you unless you play with friends. You are completely alone, hiding in fear. This isolation played a huge moment for me, as the map was desolate, and you were isolated completely. It wasn't trying to be something else, like an action movie. It was a horror experience. World at War's visual style helped this, as the rough textures and dark corners helped with the grim atmosphere. It made everything feel unsettling, and as the graphics have become outdated, it still offers a horrifying experience for players today. Another great thing about Nacht Der Untoten was its simple sound design. Every mystery box sound, zombie sound, or even gunshot mattered, and it was scary. Players did not know what to expect whenever firing a weapon. They did not know if it would be loud or quiet. Players didn't even know at the time if loud sounds attracted zombies. All they knew was zombies were coming to survive. The distant screams of zombies would only get louder as they made their way inside the building and down every window. The simplicity of Nacht also allowed to its help. The map was so simple. It was just position yourself or move yourself to get to an area to live, and stay there and fight as long as you can until you die. The weapons that defined early Nacht were World War II era weapons, with one special weapon, the ray gun. The ray gun was the only wonder weapon of its time, and a mystical weapon. It was the best weapon of all of zombies. Other weapons featured on the map were very great. Notable weapons were the Thompson, the M243, the MP40, and the Browning, or the Bar. These weapons were a mix of Nazi Germany weaponry or American weaponry. With this, allowed players to choose what they wanted through the mystery box, not fully, but through a gamble. For 950 points, a player could hit the mystery box and grab a new weapon each time. Around Nacht Der Untoten was a community on social media. Small at the time, not large at all, but it was helping. It skyrocketed the map and skyrocketed the mode. Treyarch saw the success of this mode and built upon it. While people love Nacht, and some people believe it is an amazing map, there are downfalls to Nacht. That being that it just does not hold up to a modern zombies map. But with this downfall, you cannot dislike Nacht in the sense that it doesn't have much, as Nacht did what it could in its time. It is the first of its kind, and it introduced the most important part of zombies, and that being the zombies. Nacht Der Untoten was a very special map to all who have played it, as it offers an amazing experience and a difficult journey into zombies. For the people who haven't played it, but may have played a different version, they may not understand that Nacht is very different throughout the games that it goes in. As in Black Ops 1, you have undoubtedly a better chance at survival with Meal Kick, Or in Black Ops 3, you have some of the most overpowered weapons with any perk on the map of your choosing due to Wonder Fizz. In Black Ops Cold War, that is a completely different map. It's a reimagining. And with different weapons, different boss fights, different animals. Animals were even on the map of Cold War without any other game featuring animals. Or any other game with Nacht in it featuring animals in Nacht. So simply to put, Nacht Der Untoten isn't the best map ever made of Call of Duty Zombies, but it is one of the most iconic and one of the best for its time. While in World at War, Nacht Der Untoten cannot really remain stood up against its peers, such as Varrock, Sheena, and Therese, it is still a great map, and it creates amazing tension and amazing challenge. And it simply laid the foundation of success for every map to come forward from it. And without Nacht Der Untoten Zombies, it wouldn't simply have existed. We would not have Nacht or Zombies at all. And the mode was great, because it was just you, a pistol, a few rooms, a mystery box, and an endless horde of zombies waiting to take you down until your final breath. It was a slow burn for all players who played it, and it was a horrifying burn at night, day, or any time. And that's why Nacht was the first map of